The Red Army experience. What is the Red Army experience? Dushka, smoke grenades, shovels, PPSH, DPs, Mosins, SVT-40, Maxim, Molotov, MG-34, Panzerschreck, PTRS, PTRD, PTSD, whatever grenades and small arms we can get off the enemy, and engineers, no mining. And what about the enemy? They get everything, except artillery. We've been tasked with reinforcing the airfield for a counterattack. The airfield is currently being guarded by a squad of border militia and their brave commissar, Maxim Andryushenko. Politically connected, we need to be sure that nothing happens to him. We need to see if these guards have shovels. Looking at the Tonk's premium infantry field manual, we see they don't, so we'll need to put them into trenches. While we're on equipment, let's talk about a few weapons. SVT-40 is a gas-powered semi-automatic rifle that fires 7.62 by 54mm rounds from a 10-round cartridge. A relatively new rifle at the time, it was made in 1940 and designed by Fyodor Tokarev as an improved successor to the SVT-38 and built for mass production. Practically its fire rate is faster than the standard Mosin given the clip. Though considered complex and difficult to maintain, 1.6 million were produced and many found their way into the hands of the Wehrmacht. They liked them so much they made their own. The Guvar 43. The border militia don't have shovels, but they do have a few of the SVT-40 predecessors, the SVT-38. Inspired by the Mauser T-Guvar, the PTRD-41 was designed as a very simple single-shot anti-tank gun by Vasily Dektorov. He designed it in 22 days. The Germans were invading. Vasily's name will come up a lot, but he, like John Browning and A. Malati, is a fellow gun savant. The PTRD-41 fires 14.5 by 114mm rounds at 8 rounds per minute. Its simple and cheap construction meant 17,000 units could be rushed into the front lines to counter the German invasion in 1941. By the end of the war, 290,000 PTRDs had been produced. To put the 14.5 by 114mm round into perspective, it carries double the energy as the 50 cal round and can travel 1,000 meters a second. That means the armor pen is around 25mm at long ranges, with 35 to 45mm at closer ranges, which is perfect for early panzer tanks. Designed by Sergei Simonov, the PTRS 41 is very similar to the PTRD 41. However, it's gas operated and has a 5-round magazine, a sort of SVT version of the PTRD, which means 15 rounds per minute, nearly double that of the PTRD. It was designed alongside the PTRD, but due to the disruptive nature of Barbarossa, production only began in late 1941. It fires the same 14.5 round, and so the pen is the same. This will serve as our main anti-tank rifle today. For this defense, Nikolai will be bringing the same outfit as the previous mission. Medics, a rifle squad, our inexperienced conscripts, a recon squad, our sniper Semyon, our 2 AT detachments, and our 2 Maxim Machine Guns. And because of the severity of the situation and the shit that's coming our way, we requested tank support. Instead, we received a few engineers, 3 extra AT detachments, and a few more medics. After surveying the area, Nikolai and the engineers agreed to dig in on the high ground and the more strategically important location, the airfield. He's better equipped to fight at range, as his men don't have enough equipment or weaponry for urban combat. The engineers will set up tank traps and barbed wire here. The men will set up 2 kill zones. Anti-tank positions on the high ground here. One in the middle to cover both entrances, and one on the flank behind the mound here. Anti-tank guns work best when hitting side armor of the unit. These positions ensure beneficial angle to the targets. We'll install a Maxim behind a building here to catch soldiers that cross over through the tank traps, and another to the west or right to cover the second concentration point, supported by a recon unit for smoke grenades and a medic. All the other units will dig in along the ridge. Lastly, We'll place Maxim over here, where he can play cards with the engineers while the men do the fighting. And here they come. Point C. Need to change everyone's weapons. This guy's got an MG42 on deck. This guy's got an SVT on deck. Let's get that in action. So they're gonna need it. MG34. MG34 as well. MG34. MG42. All that firepower and he's not using it. Alright. Get on that Maxim. Get up, men up. Here comes the vehicle. Get them down. Let's pop these anti-tank up. Get up, boys. Okay, here comes a KP2. Let's get the anti-tank down, otherwise they'll get it ranged. Okay, let's get our anti-tank up. Everyone needs to get up. Get up. Medic. Medic, get back in your foxhole. Oh, there's an AA gun. Stay down. No. Stay in your foxhole. Please drop smoke. Get up. Anti-tank.
Ждем приказа.
In the foxhole, motherfucker. Yeah, get. Yeah, anti-tank, let's get up. Back in your foxhole, medic. Okay, scout, you're gonna have to get on that Maxim. Please, guys, I need you to shoot. No, okay, I'm gonna drive. Okay, I'm going to send another unit down there just to support them with the border guards. You got to get down there. Okay, go heal. Get on that Maxim. Okay, get up. Medics. Okay, get back in your foxholes, men. Okay, these guys need to get down. And try to get the units closer range. They got an SPZB, I think. Yeah, SPZB and MG something. They're shooting it. They are freaked out by this guy. Oh, his foxhole's collapsed. Get in your... No, it hasn't. Everyone, down. If you want to shoot them, we've got to pull them in. I'm going to pull everyone down. I want the enemy to get closer. Okay, here we go. Get up. There we go. Just hanging outside your foxhole here. That's the best place to be. Go the other way. Okay, everyone up. Okay, everyone get down. Sniper. I'm gonna drive here. I think there's a guy repairing. Yep. Get back in. Everyone get up. That's a nice shot. That sorts that out. Now these guys are going to try to make a play for the middle. But we all know how that turns out. Oh shit. That wasn't great. Gonna need... There's nothing, I couldn't have gotten the guys off in time to save them. Okay, let's get these guys on the hill going. It's just there's an MG34 in the background. Just don't want to risk it. There we go. Tearing them up. Everyone can get down. I think that's largely done. I don't think the enemy have got much left in the tank. Apart from 1 or 2 infantry. There's a couple of placements out in the fog of war in the neighborhood. I'll go and clean that up with my sniper. As far as this defense goes, I would say it worked out better than I thought. As far as the setup goes, it was a mixed bag. I think it worked out okay. It was good enough. We did lose some men, unfortunately. But they had a great flanking position to any vehicles that would come through. It did require management to raise them and lower them, as anti-tank rifles tend to work better at close range. So if there's a vehicle on the move, it's best to surprise the vehicle with anti-tank. And here comes another. Let's get these men up. And SPZB is having a go at my man. Unlikely he's going to hit. He's just a nuisance. I'm going to send my sniper out. I'm going to go all the way around.
Снайпер выдвигается немедленно. Целься как следует. Удачный выстрел.
That's that sorted. Now for the MG34.
Ладно, с этим мне повезло. Это был трудный выстрел.
And that's the MG, I think there was a 34. Yeah, 34. Taken care of. I'm going to get him back to base. And that's the mission complete. We successfully defended this position. On day 2, we're going to go and salvage and resupply all the men. You'll be pleased to know that Maxim is safe and sound. If you're playing with Fog of War on, something I've been meaning to share is to use your direct control key. In my case, I've bound it to tilde, and with your officer with their binoculars armed, you can see through the Fog of War. I use my middle mouse button to rotate, but you can see what it does on the map. So with the binoculars equipped, if you look at the map, you can see my quick direct control and my officer selected with binoculars equipped. I can conveniently scan When it comes to salvage, I'll usually use a recon, sniper, or my officer. In this case, I'm using Nikolai. He's busy scanning the fog of war. You do this slowly and carefully, you'll be able to scan out any enemies that are lurking. And now I bring in stage 2 with all my tankmen and my supplies. So all these units will be used, reloaded, replenished, weapons swapped, stored, scavenged, and units repaired for salvage and selling. An important thing to watch out for is when you find a placement like an MG34 or an MG42, if you remove the machine gun during your salvage but you don't commandeer the unit, you will lose the unit, and that goes for all placements. If you don't have a soldier inside a placement, by the end of the round when you end the match, you will lose it. So always make sure whatever you want to take with you into the next round has at least a rifleman or somebody manning it. We salvaged a whole lot of KFZs, KP1s, and SDKs. So today went better than expected. We only lost 6 individuals. Although we lost 16, we were able to res 10. I hope you enjoyed that and you might have learned something new. Until next time, cheers.